hey, the day has been full. It's only 12 and I spy some hardworking men. Y'all tearing apart my side-by-side?
I'm not his. Don't blame me. Yeah, he already got it all apart and everything, and then I had no clue that you had to put these bolts in to get it to move and do all the stuff. And I mean, you've been 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in. I was gonna say, you haven't been here long. Yeah.
The worst part was the fuel tank.
Yeah, I've done nothing but talk.
The worst part was the little plastic clips that hold everything in.
Yeah.
But yeah, you put those bolts in and it spreads out their little ears inside there, loosens the belt so you can get it off. So that's where we're at now.
I would have known none of that. Yeah. So I told him, I was like, I feel useless right now. And so that's just loosening the clutch?
Yeah, so it's got like so basically the way these work is with RPM, they're like a constant velocity. So as they work, it kind of expands like this and tightens that belt up to more and more RPM that you get into it. And then as you let off, it kind of goes back down and up and down. And usually they're looser than they are when they're running.
Yeah.
But not loose enough to pull the belt off. So this basically fully loosens them up. And then once we put it back on, we'll spin it over a few times and get it to tighten the belt back up to what it needs to be to take off and break it back in.
So with Trevor out here, if he never knows anything, he's a liar because he's got a source of knowledge.
I definitely don't want to smash my fingers trying to pull this thing off. We're going outside the motto of safety third.
Yeah, that's because you're working. Is there anything I could do to help, or such a tight squeeze?
It's pretty much just such a tight spot that you just gotta kind of work it off. This is the hardest, probably the hardest part. Basically like sliding a bicycle chain on.
Yeah.
But a lot bigger. It's got to come off this front on this one.
All right, new game plan?
New game plan. Change of plans. This one's a little different. If you'll look, I don't know if you want to put the camera down here. The newer ones, this is actually up. Actually, I think it's the 1000 series. This is up enough where you can get it off.
Yeah.
This one, unfortunately, is not. That is too thick to slide through here. So we got to pull off the primary and the secondary clutch. So that's where we're at now.
Yeah.
Still not too bad. Yeah. Don't go nowhere. Got 2 washers. We gotta make sure we don't get those off of there. Now, slides right off.
Yeah, I think it's be a little easier to get it out, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. This is gonna make it. I don't know why they wouldn't do it on the other one too. It looks like everything's the same.
Yeah.
It's even got like the bolt holes there for it.
Dang, yeah.
So there's our secondary.
Getting worn?
Getting worn pretty good. Pretty good. Had a lot of material in there too.
Yeah.
Let's see it compared to the new one.
I really hope it's the correct one.
I mean, if not, we've already got it apart.
I'll say I tried my best to get the right thing.
Genuine Kawasaki.
Oh, so it's supposed to be almost like flat on the sides.
Yeah.
And that's,
that
gotcha.
It's not worn down. I mean, it's
a little bit,
you can definitely tell, like if you fill them compared to each other, then we can check the stretch of it too. Like this one, look how much more that one stretches out.
Dang.
Than the other one.
That'd be why it's squealing.
That would do it. Yeah, that one's definitely stretched out. It'd be good to keep though, like if you're ever out on the trail.
A spare.
As a spare and you have to throw it on. Obviously you'd want to have all the tools.
Yeah.
Look at all this. You see like a bunch of all that belt residue coming out of there. Just spray it off real quick and wipe it down.
So you just learned over time?
Yeah, just working on my own stuff growing up and figuring out I like to take stuff apart and see how it works. That's how I was as a kid, so doing that growing up, and then I ended up working in a mechanic shop for a few years and always worked on my own stuff. And
did a little bit of wild stuff on motorcycles, huh?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That too. Motorcycles was really what I worked on probably more than anything, but yep. Anything, if it's got wheels and goes fast, I like it.
Yeah.
Or used to. I'm getting too old for that shit now.
Yeah.
I know you're right there behind me.
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling it.
Dude, tell me about it. Especially I see Trevor out there working here and stuff like that. I'm like, man, I wish I had that energy.
Oh yeah. So this just stays fairly clean since it's stuck in that case.
Yeah, in that case. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why we want to get all, while we got it apart, get all that, as much of the loose residue off. We're not going to go too crazy with it because, I mean, over time it's going to continue to build it up, but we'll clean out the inside of it here. Make sure the seal's clean when it goes back on because it keeps water out and all that stuff. It's got a, inside there they've got a vent that runs down on the other side of it that helps keep the belt cool. So definitely want to keep it sealed up, but clean while we're in there. We don't want to spray too much here because that's like the pilot bearing for, so there's where I took that nut off, there's a little shaft that sticks out that goes inside here and it kind of spins. It's like a pilot bushing like you'd see at a car transmission. That's
a lot of debris in there.
Yeah.
Is that kind of normal?
Yeah, that's from the belt wear.
Okay.
So when the belt starts slipping,
just starts to chew it up.
Yeah, it just gets that dust inside. They're just like a clutch on a car. So if you ever take a clutch on a car apart, you'll see a lot of dust like that from the ceramic that they have inside there. But this is just rubber.
Dang.
Get our new belt. And it does have an arrow.
Okay.
Gotcha. So you want to make sure, so it's spinning forward. So I want to put just like this inside the machine.
Yeah.
I don't know why it has an arrow on it. It doesn't look like anything's different. But there's probably a reason, probably the way they built the...
Is there anything we can do to...
No, I think I'm just getting it on there. All right. There we go. Halfway back together. Remove these and get that tension going back on it. Let that belt tighten back up. Alright, I think we're ready to put the side cover back on now.
Heck yeah. You excited to be riding again?
Oh yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's too long.
Here it's got dowel pins.
Gotcha.
That shaft that comes out there, that almost like a pilot bushing. That impact there does quite a bit, so you do have to be careful. Like Jason says, do as he says, not as he does.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then I like going a cross pattern, kind of from one side to the other. Now, how'd the rest of this go back together?
Yeah. We don't need this,
Right, you don't need the fuel tank.
Nah.
None of that other stuff. It'll be alright. We just got the straps, got the fuel tank in there. You just kind of slide in and hook on one side. Easiest fuel tank. I gotta pull the thing on mine to change the fuel pump, and that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Some of those diesel trucks I'd work on when I was working at the mechanic shop, I'd take them things apart and have like bolt trays that were just completely full.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. First couple times it's like, all right, I hope I can get this thing back together. But you ultimately figure it out.
You just don't tell them there's extra bolts when you're
Right.
done.
If you know, well, if you don't have extra bolts left over, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
Fuel line. Wire back on.
Next thing Trevor's gonna do is have to detail the sucker.
That's right. That's right. Give him a toothbrush too.
Yeah.
Wait, don't do that. You pay him by the hour.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be worth it.
For sure.
That's why I hate working out here.
Yeah.
You drop it in the dirt and you see like a stick. You can't tell if it's a screw or...
That's why you need that shop.
Yeah. They just try to keep some of the dust.
Yeah, it just keeps the dust down and out of the way. A couple more panels and that will be it.
Once it slides forward, I'll be able to get in there now.
Yeah.
It's the worst part, putting it back together.
Oh yeah. This just has to go down a little bit or something. There it goes.
Got it?
Yep. It's just a little bit off on this, but I think once it's all hooked together.
And you don't know what you did with them, huh?
Nope.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
That Jason look.
Yeah.
First thing you looked at.
But if y'all weren't here, it never would have found it. And I would have went crazy.
Prime that fuel pump a couple times since we took that line off.
Oh, yeah.
Starts
Fired right up.
Yeah. So it took them longer to drive here than it did for him to do it. So now we have to break it in so we don't mess with the belt. And then Rufio may or may not move.
Yeah.
Rufio, move.
Come on, bud.
Move. Literally never wants to move. So is it better to stay in low or high?
So if you're going slow, like around the property, 15 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, stay in low.
Yeah.
It's better on the belt. And then you should be able to, I know mine, I'd have to look on this one. Like if I'm running like this and I get up to 10, I can shift right into high and keep going.
Gotcha.
Have you been squeaking by now?
Oh yeah, we were kind of lame in this week.
Really? Sit for a few minutes and we'll go run it up a little bit higher. Do that 2 or 3 times.
All right, I don't think we even introduced Devin. So that was Devin. That is actually Trevor's stepdad. And so big shout out to him. I mean, huge deal for him to come, take his day and hang out with us and fix our side-by-side. You guys know we love that thing. Haven't been able to use it. Now it's on and popping. But what else is on and popping, baby?
Wow, what up? You ready to eat?
Oh, so hungry.
All right, so we got some cheap steaks. It's a hack I saw. We're gonna try it. It was 4 steaks. They're small, little family pack for $16. And from what I've been told, seen online, if you get pineapple juice and you let it sit in the steak for about an hour, hour and a half, it makes the meat real tender. And so you don't want it too long because it'll break down too much. So you let it sit in there for a while, and then you want, this just came out of the fridge, you want it to come to room temperature. You never want to cook straight like this for whatever reason. It's what I've been told. So 4 steaks, 16 bucks. They're not huge, but we're gonna do pineapple juice, and we actually got slices so we could throw on the grill after. So we're gonna just put all the juice up in there, and then let them sit for about, we'll say an hour, because I'm hungry. It's in the end of the day. And so we'll let them sit in there, and then you take the juice out and everything, then put a little, kind of dry them up a little bit, salt and pepper, and then we're gonna see what it's like. I think it's gonna be, I'm hoping, pretty good. Some people will do the slice or the chopped, cubed or whatever.
Just leave it all in there.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll do that. Let it sit. What time is it? 5:15, and then we'll leave it out and see how it goes.
So this is not good.
Not what I wanted.
We are cooking, and what happened?
We put our rust in our camping gear, and the camping gear is not here.
So we're making onion.
Yeah.
No rust.
So we got to try something different, and I'm cutting this up because normally you do the rust bomb and it's enough to do everything, but I'm not taking that chance. So
we're gonna try some different seasoning. We'll let you know how it is.
yeah. All right, so we're gonna go for this cheesesteak. We actually bought this because somebody sent us this one.
Oh, it's amazing.
You put that on wings after it's cooked. So we're gonna try cheesesteak, put it on it, and then after try it by putting a little bit of this on there.
We'll
so
see. I don't think it's gonna be better than
it
the
won't,
rust bomb.
No, but I'm hoping it's just good.
Yeah.
I don't expect too much. Now, if it is better than the rust bomb, Payne County, step it up. Nah.
We've never done this either.
No. And asparagus, you gotta go a little strong.
Oh, you gotta season the crap out
Yeah,
of
you gotta go a little strong. So, I think it'll be alright. This is onion. And we'll put these on the side. Alright. this, I guess we have Tom. We just have to just ride around, I guess.
So I think this one got drained.
Yeah. That's why we wish we rode more. It's all y'all's fault for telling us not to play.
For very, like a cheap,
For a toy?
yeah, plasticky, it kind of crushes it.
It's alive. It ain't the strongest, but it'll do. Alright, so it's been long enough. You guys can hopefully tell. Right there, you can tell how that steak is kind of coming apart. That's what you want. It gets nice and tender. I think it's gonna be good. All right, we're gonna do 4 minutes, 4 minutes. They're bled out a little bit because they're in the pineapple, but you ready?
Yep.
Got timer ready?
Once you put the last one on, I'll get
All
it.
right. I mean, those clothes are hot. Alright, pulling them off. They got a little chart at the beginning, but I think that's gonna be,
And it smells so good.
I think it's gonna be mucho buenos. Alright, so we're gonna put a little Parmesan over the top. A little sprink, but
You put that over the steak?
I didn't. I just want to see what the steak tastes like. So we'll cut it right down here. Let's see.
Moment of truth. Oh, nice.
Let's see.
And we
so-
have pineapples out there too, huh?
No, they're,
Oh.
I brought, what did I do with the can? Right here.
Oh.
That way they're in the juice. I put a little bit of juice in there. So, let's see. You can't taste the pineapple.
Is it tender?
Kinda.
Mm. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It just, when you're working with a cheap piece of steak. But, you try a piece. And we just found out Prince Journey's live, so we're gonna watch them. And then Brandon, SV, no, actually, Retro Thunder Road and Paragon Ridge Ranch have a video.
Posted,
I'm
yeah.
sure Juno's too.
We have stuff to watch.
You can't really taste pineapple, but it's not bad
It's
for a
good.
cheap piece of steak.
Yeah.
Not great, but not bad. You can wash it down for dessert with a massive bag of parking.